It's funny that we go through school and we never actually learn how to socialize. Luckily for us, Dale Carnegie wrote the Bible on literally just that. How to win friends and influence people. I have 5 principles that I've taken from it, which to me are the most important that you can implement immediately. But before I get into it, I'm going to throw my principle 0. Principle 0 is to just introduce yourself first. Go into social interactions knowing that the people you're interacting with might have social anxiety. Take the initiative and introduce yourself first. Everyone's nervous to do it, so just be the guy to break the ice. This, by default, is going to lead people to respect you just a little bit more. So principle 1 to implement after you have already introduced yourself is to remember somebody's name, for it is the sweetest sound on planet Earth to them. Think about it. A name is a personal branding, a tattoo of the soul, if you will. If your name is Dimitri, the day that I say Dimitri to you, your ears are going to perk just a little bit more, and I've officially fine-tuned your attention to what it is that I'm about to say. You could even give this a shot when you go to stores. There's the name tags, and it's going to feel weird, but if you see a Kevin or a Stacy, address them by name. And it might only be weird that first time, but the next time you go to that store, address them by name, and I guarantee you will be one of their favorite customers. Make it a habit to remember their name when you first hear it. Play that name back over and over and over. And honestly, even at the end of the interaction, if you forgot, go ahead and ask them. Say, hey, I sincerely apologize. I'm terrible with names. What was it one more time? Even just prompting this action to have them say it again and call out the elephant in the room for yourself, you're more likely to remember it. And after you leave the interaction, even if you have to, write their name down. I'm telling you, if you remember people's names the next time you see them months down the road, they might not remember your name, but you were able to remember their name, thus making them feel more important, thus making them more receptive to whatever it is you are bringing to the table. Principle 2 is to become genuinely interested in people. They say dog is a man's best friend. What is it that a dog does that other animals do not do? You get home and the dog is wagging its tail. It is obsessed with you. It wants nothing to do with anything but you. The dog is genuinely interested in you. And you love your little puppy. That dog can piss on the carpet. That dog can tear up everything under the sun while you're gone at work. But the fact that he is so excited to see you when you get home, you've got a soft spot in your heart for your puppy. Use this same practice and principle when interacting with others. It is so much easier to get people to like you by being interested in the things that they are interested in rather than making them interested in you. In the day and age that we live in with social media and everybody competing for attention, making somebody feel important when 99% of people will not do the same to them makes you stick out like a sore thumb. So next time you're chatting with someone, become genuinely interested in them. Principle 3 is to be a good listener. This sounds pretty self-explanatory, but the reality is being an active listener is more than just hearing the words that they're saying. And active listening is a skill that you can develop. Do yourself a favor, start looking up how to be a better active listener and start leveling up this skill. We don't have people who actively listen anymore. So once again, this is a tip that is going to separate you from the pack and make you the shining star of all the social circles you interact with. Principle 4 is to give honest and sincere appreciation. There's not a person in the world that does not like to receive appreciation, praise, and gratitude. And not enough of us give that in the world. Not only will this habit make people like you more, but you're going to feel better about yourself too. Because chances are you're probably not being as grateful as you could be. You're not appreciating as much as you could be. And actively saying these things out loud brings it to the surface. And it makes you feel good knowing you're making others feel good. So principle 4 is how to win yourself over as well. Principle 5 is to never criticize, condemn, or complain. We, as fellow socializing humans, do not take kindly to criticism. If there's something somebody's doing wrong, you're not going to be able to convince them otherwise by criticizing them or giving negative feedback. By default, they become very defensive and they are not receptive to what you have to say. So knowing that you're going to send somebody onto defense mode and have them not be receptive to you, why in the world would you criticize or condemn them or complain about whatever it is that they are doing? In general, if your attitude to come to a conversation is to criticize the world, to condemn your coworkers, your colleagues, to complain about everything, people are not going to want to be around you. Nobody wants to be surrounded by Debbie Downers, so just get out of the habit of looking at things in a negative light. Be more positive. It's the cliche, but people are attracted to positive things. Don't criticize, don't condemn, don't complain. It'll go a long way for you. And there's other amazing tidbits of knowledge in this here book. Those were the 5 that I personally felt felt would help you in your social interactions the best. But if you're looking to become a leader or enhance just all aspects of your social life, that is the book to get. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to pick up a copy for yourself. If you'd like to get more self-development, self-improvement tips from an upcoming YouTuber, I highly encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications. Keep leveling yourself up, boys. 1% better every day. And remember, the grind is easy with the heart in mind.